What's up, crypto and spiritual family? This is Ocean Starship with another video. Hope you're having a blessed day. First, I want to say nothing in this video is financial advice, but you're going to want to watch this one to the end, fam. There is some major information in this video. And also, someone in the comment section on YouTube brought to my attention that a term that I showed in a video a good while ago, comes to find out that very term is now an act that is being pressed by Bernie Sanders, which was called No War with Iran Act, right? But I decoded this before he even came up with the act, showing you the power, once again, of these numbers. But I'm going to show you some things in this video, fam, that's going to blow you away. So get ready. All homage to the Most High. But the term that I decided to decode was Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. That is the term that we keep hearing, right? But what are they really saying? Is this connected? And I'm going to show you, fam. And notice the 294. Do you see it? Do you see the 294, fam? Okay, let's get into it. Because we see what is the purpose of a clone. I choose Mega Millions. When do I buy the ticket? We also see 9/11, 7/11. So it's telling us at that time, at that same moment, is when things will skyrocket. And you see, might have to burn it all down. But 9/11, 7/11, fam, they're connected. And you see FOAB plasma fission detonation, right? That sounds like some type of weapon we don't even know exists, right? You see pink yellow is the future. Remember that term. That is an important term, fam. Also, the coin to rule them all, XRP, menace, how much is in my wallet, and electron and particle physics, right? Electron and particle physics. Okay? Now, this is saying a lot, fam. Right? Menace, how much is in my wallet? The coin to rule them all, XRP. And I told you, remember, pink, yellow, right? Is the future. Right? Also, you see, this is a digital message from God, right? Elon Musk number calculation, 666, that's your 3 sixes, fam, and decode microchipped population. You see, this is God's news channel, fam. And if you're tuned in, fam, you're blessed. We also see 40 days, 40 nights. That is the division of the whole. Where is David Bridge during Armageddon? Divine Gene saves souls, right? No, Divine Gene saves millions of souls, and welcome to the new Atlanta, right? And we know your genes is your DNA, and we know one thing, DNA is anchor. I'm going to prove to you how important that term is at the end of this video. You also see Eyewitness 7, fall and death of New World Order. Get on your knees and pray, slave. Remember that term also. You see Newsom bans Skittles, WTF, right? And we see the 555, 5555, right? But remember that term, get on your knees and pray, slave. And we know what Skittles is also, right? Newsom bans Skittles. We also have money, wealth. Red wave or red tsunami, MQ. I wish they knew. 1 year window, and England, Iraq, Yugoslavia, Russia, and you see that N word. But the thing that got my attention, fam, is 1 year window. Because you see the 1026, which is also 1029, which is silver, buy now, cry later. And we know what silver is, right? 1 year window. We also see why all the white. And when I think of what that could mean, fam, you know, that sounds like fallout. Also, you see MYK given $7 million. And if you put MYK in gematria, you get 294. You also see the judge, jury, and execution E, clone army, biometaphysical web, and meaning 888, right? We also see the brutality must end now and washed my wallet. Washed my wallet, fam. Right? So these terms are speaking right now, but I'm going to show you some more in-depth things, fam, it's going to throw you back a bit, fam. Because right here we see actual clones, synthetic people, organic robotoids, doubles, right? Now that doesn't sound good, but I noticed the 3480, right? And that's the number of proton in XRP, right? Actual clones, synthetic people, organic robotoid. Wow. Now let's talk about Newsom, because it said Newsom bans Skittles, right? Well, notice the 564, you flip that 6 into a 9, you get 594, which is XPR coin. Okay? And what that led to was Golden Dome. We've heard Donald Trump use this term a lot, Golden Dome, right? Is he really talking about the Golden Dome and the aspect that you think, or is he talking about XPR? Also, I have safe hidden place for October 3rd, the date matters, November, unicorn, wealthy, and Sunday, October 1, right? So we know October is going to be a major month, fam, and November. Now let's talk about bans, because it said Newsom bans, right? So what does the ban part of it mean, right? Does it mean ban as the way we think, or could it mean something else? Well, the numbers are going to let us know, because you see scam. Wow, scam. You know what scam means, right, fam? We know what that's talking about. You see here, Anu, Ankara, law, and have. And I'm showing you just how powerful the universe is, because it says have, like you have what I'm talking about, right? And you see Ankara and Anu here and scam. And you also see game on, right? So basically it's saying XPR, right? Game on, right? These numbers are speaking, fam. Now let's talk about this term that I told you to remember when it said get on your knees and pray, slave. And we know slave in gematria is also anchor, right? So I knew to go down this rabbit hole when it comes to this term. When I saw it, I knew it was saying something. So let's see what I found. Because what I found is how doxing, right? And doxing is basically, you can be doxed on the internet, right? Doxed on the blockchain, right? You see the two keys, $100 million. Extraordinary measures put everything in order, and slavery is capitalism, right? Put everything in order. Slavery is capitalism. And when I see the $100 million, I was like, wow. Please, Most High, let that be referring to me. Also, we see ready for November rain and thinking of others besides yourself. Now, that definitely sounds like me, fam, because that's what I've been doing. That's why I do these videos, fam, to bring awareness, to show you the things that I see. I'm not going to just hold it to myself, fam. I'm going to spread this knowledge. Now let's talk about in capitalism, right? In capitalism, because that's what it said, slavery in capitalism, right? And we know slave is anchor. Remember that. Well, what I found was Zyman, right? And we know what Zyman is, right? A lot of us have the Zyman accounts. You see controlled, should, right? Register, get up, acquired, and important. Now look at acquired, right? 468. Remember the term that we just saw, right? Where it said here and also have, right? And you see acquired here has the 468. Remember that number, fam. And you see important also the 470, which is proton, right? Here we see 1111, right? Goddess Inanna, all homage to Inanna. You see the harvest, treasures, and liquidity, right? These are some major terms, fam. These are some major terms. Treasures, liquidity, and the harvest. And then we see 1111. Powerful number. A very powerful number, fam. And we all know what treasures mean, right? And we know what liquidity means when it comes to crypto, right? That's what we want to see when it comes to our coins. We want to make sure our coins have liquidity, right? Well, let me show you something. Because I decided to decode the pink and yellow. Because it said pink and yellow is the future or is in the future, right? So I knew to take a look at that because it's definitely telling us what's coming. Now get ready for what's coming, fam. You heard it here first. Because you see, genetics have ability. We just saw something about genes, right? And I told you genes and genetics is DNA. Well, DNA is anchor, have ability. You see, growing tomatoes will be in the future, right? A deadly V word will be in the future, right? I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And also we see is name that works. Is name that works. Also we see I walk out on faith, K. The radiation surrounding the earth with the 369. Wow. That's major, fam. Also gold and silver. You see the T word and you have to with the 792. There it is. Also, you have to 792, right? That's connected to that term, the radiation surrounding the earth, fam. Right? Because look what I told you. 792 is what? Anchor wallet. What did the term say? You have to. Right? Remember when I told you to remember the 468 earlier? Well, I'm Anchor is 486. 486, fam. 792. Anchor wallet. I'm Anchor. Take it for what it's worth, fam. But we just saw, right, that definitely that V word is in the future. That V word is in the future, fam. Right? And I saw also it referred to in the same decode as plague. I just didn't want to say the V word. You also saw where it said radiation surrounded the earth, fam. And that we might have to start planting tomatoes. Meaning that there won't even be a food supply. So get ready, fam. Get ready. Get you some potassium iodide, right? Get you some medicines and, food, water. Get everything that you need, fam. And also make sure you have a way to protect it. All right? So hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. Also come over, join the Patreon. And if you appreciate my hard work, fam, and would like to leave a tip, the link is in the description. Starship out.